Welcome if this your first time on the channel. Today we talking Draymond Green and Kenyon Martin. Big mama, they are fighting again. Make sure you subscribe if this your first time here. Click that like button. That's how they push the video. Now, when we talking Draymond Green and Kenyon Martin, what I want to know is who do you think is the better player? I'm going to break down exactly why I think this person is better, and I think it's an easy decision. But I want y'all to let me know y'all thoughts in the comments. But first, we're going to listen to what Draymond Green had to say about Kenyon Martin. This is after Kenyon Martin said he's a fake tough guy. So let's listen to that.
I've held off on responding multiple times. Kenyon Martin was born in Saginaw, Michigan, born and raised in Saginaw. So the constant shots has been a little confusing to me because I don't quite know where they came from. And you think, someone that was a #1 pick that didn't quite have the career that I've had when you talk defensive player of the year or 9 all-defensive teams that I have, and he has 0. 1 all-star? Make no mistake about it. You are an all-star. I'll give you that. A lot of people can't say they're an all-star, so I'll give you that. You're a one-time all-star. That's beautiful. But you must admit, to be the player that you were and defender that you believed you were and to not have, a single all-defensive second team, it's kind of an underachievement. #1 pick in the draft. A lot of people look for that guy to win Rookie of the Year. Didn't. All-rookie team, though. First team all-rookie. I can't say I made any all-rookie team, so kudos. I tip my hat to that. It started off promising. Lost in a couple NBA finals. He got to sniff it. Didn't quite get a taste, but got a little sniff of it. In 2000, playing for the Cincinnati Bearcats. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to see that championship through either. My big brother, Mateen Cleaves, went and took that championship. So it's tough to sit in a space of continuing to speak on my name and call my name out as if I underachieved or am underachieving when I was just simply the 35th pick in the NBA draft and somebody took a swing on in the second round and it just happened to work out, to become one of the greatest players in the franchise history.
Now, what I like about that response is it was mostly about sports. And obviously, Draymond Green believes he's a better player than Kenyon Martin. But let's listen to Kenyon Martin response. He done named 50 power forwards, or he got a list of 50 power forwards better than Draymond Green.
Up in the dictionary, they should have your picture next to the Elmer's glue thing, bro. Like glue Draymond. Yes, bro. Absolutely. Every team needs one. You change that dynamic the way certain GMs look at glue guys, right? Second round picks. You changed the narrative for a lot of second round picks. Good job. I wouldn't know nothing about that. Never been considered a glue guy. Maybe later in my tenure after surgeries and moved teams a couple times, but no, not necessarily that kind of a glue guy. I was asked to do certain things and play certain people and score. I was actually, you know what? I was actually asked to score for us to win. I was actually asked to put that little round thing into that other little round thing. And this is where we are with this situation, right? So here is Kenyon's power forward list of
Mount Rushmore.
Mount
50 Mount.
Yeah, this 50, right? So let's go down this. So watch this. So we got Giannis, Anthony Davis, Dirk, Charles Barkley, Kevin Garnett, Tim Duncan, Dennis Rodman, Karl Malone, Chris Webber, Amari Stoudemire, Chris Bosh, Rasheed Wallace, Pau Gasol, Elton Brand, Antoine Jameson, Zach Randolph, Carlos Boozer, David West, Jermaine O'Neal, Sean Kemp, Derek Coleman, Clifford Robinson, Danny Manning, Larry Johnson, Vin Baker, LaMarcus Aldridge, Blake Griffin, Kevin Love, Sharif Abdul-Rahim, Al Jefferson, Drew Gooden, Josh Smith, Tim Thomas, Antoine Walker, Lamar Odom, Jason Williams, Horace Grant, Otis Thorpe, Paul Millsap, Juwan Howard, David Lee, Joe Smith, Al Harrington, Rashard Lewis, Brian Grant, Tom Chambers, Kevin McHale, Nene, and for shits and giggles, you ain't better than Popeye Jones, Bo Outlaw, Reggie Evans. Just for shits and giggles. Just because I like what they did for their team. I like what they did for their team. This list, and I got Kirk Thomas, P.J. Brown, Dale Davis, Antonio Davis. Hey, I can go on and on with this, man. Oh, I said Paul Gasol. Paul Gasol on the list you in here? Yeah, he on the first page. Paul Gasol is on this side of my list. He number 15 on that side. Paul Gasol number 15 on that side. You know what I'm talking about? And guess who I didn't mention? Me.
Now, I can't lie. I agree with about 30 to 35 of those names. And yes, I do believe Kenyon Martin is a better player than Draymond Green. And even though the refs might not have liked Kenyon Martin, he wasn't a guy that destroyed teams like Draymond Green. When you look at Kenyon Martin, he was a number 1 draft pick. When he came in, he played against juggernauts in the finals. Shaq, Kobe, Tim Duncan. 2 of those players are in my top 5. All 3 of those players are in my top 10. Kobe and Duncan is top 5, and Shaq is top 10. So he's playing against juggernauts early in his career. When he gets to Denver, he's playing against Kobe again. So he just can't get past playing against those 3 guys during the prime of his career before the injuries happened. But he wasn't a liability on offense like Draymond Green is. Complete liability on offense. And he was a good defender, great defender, similar to Draymond Green. He didn't get the awards. He's not the most media accepted guy. So the media is not going to push Kenyon Martin like they would a Draymond Green. But Kenyon Martin was great on defense. I remember they would put Kenyon Martin on Kobe. They would put Kenyon Martin on everybody from Duncan to KG to Kobe to Rasheed Wallace. He was guarding everybody. On most of his teams, he was the best defender on the team, or at least one of them, top 2. When I look at Draymond, yeah, he was always one of the best defenders on Golden State. Him, Iguodala, and then mostly him. But on the offensive end, complete liability. If Carmelo Anthony is hurt and AI, or Carmelo Anthony and Chauncey Billups, or Jason Kidd and Vince Carter is out, Kenyon Martin ain't going to put up a stat line that says 4 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist. Draymond Green was doing stuff like that when Steph Curry and Klay Thompson wasn't playing. That's when I recognized Draymond Green is overrated. Because I was looking at that team, and originally I thought it was 3 stars, but it never was 3 stars until Kenyon Martin or Kevin Durant got to Golden State Warriors. That's when it became a super team. Before that, it was Steph, Klay. They had a great system. They had great role players. Draymond Green, Iguodala. That wasn't a super team before Kevin Durant got there. Because if you remove them, any great guy, if you remove D-Wade and LeBron from Miami Heat, say they had to sit out for a couple of weeks or something, they had injuries. Chris Bosh ain't going to give you 6 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists. He's not going to do that. He's going to be balling 25, 30 points, stuff like that. Draymond Green can't do that at all. And then he's not a specialist at anything other than defense. So when I look at somebody like a Dennis Rodman, I go, okay, defense and rebounding. Or you'll have defense and guys that can shoot the 3. You know, it's usually something else that come with it. Draymond is just defense. It ain't nothing that come with it on the offensive end. You could teach a bunch of people to facilitate that offense. It's not like he's the greatest passer, because if Steph ain't out there, if Klay ain't out there, then he's not making great passes. He's not facilitating the offense great because, you know, he don't have the players. So, and it's not like he's a playmaker. Like, he don't make people around him great. the people around him is great, and he's able to operate in that offense. So I totally agree with Kenyon Martin, man. Draymond Green is overrated, not just because of the play. Really think about Steph Curry's career. He would have more championships if it wasn't for Draymond Green. And hear me out. When Kevin Durant was playing for the Warriors, why did he leave the Warriors? Draymond Green disrespected him, so he left. They had a dynasty. Draymond Green broke that up. When they got back on top with Jordan Poole, Draymond Green has to go and hit him in the face, and now he leads the team. So he has destroyed dynasties, destroyed teams, and he's an overrated player. So Kenyon Martin spot on breaking this down. But what Draymond Green is going to lean on, I got the 4 championships as a role player. You know, it's a bunch of people that I would take up. I think Robert Horry is better than Draymond Green. It's a bunch of people, though. But, yeah, man, y'all let me know. Who do you think is better between Draymond Green and Kenyon Martin? Put it down in the comments. As always, if this is your first time here, make sure you sub to the channel. Check out the other content. Click that like button. Y'all be easy. Be safe. Peace.